Congratulations once again, sports fans. You got the winning wager. I'm Stan the Man with the Winning Way plan to make you money here on Saturday, November 15th, 2025. This is the third part of our traditional three-part podcast for Saturday covering college football action. The first part covered the early games, second part the mid-afternoon games, and here in part three we're going to take a look at the evening games. All these starting times are Eastern, beginning with two games at 7 p.m. The first one on ESPN is 3 and 6 Florida traveling to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is 7th ranked in the country and is currently 9 and 1 on the year. And Ole Miss is favored by 11.5 here. Our winning way method says go with Ole Miss to cover the points, and you might want to buy a half a point down to 11 or whatever. We like Ole Miss to cover against Florida. All right, on ESPN2, also at 7 p.m., it's number 13 ranked Utah. The Utes at 7 and 2 on the season, playing at the Baylor Bears. The Bears are 5 and 4 on the year. The winning way method says go with Utah to cover the 9.5 by which the Utes are favored. And by the way, it strongly recommends a play on Utah here. My own personal intuition and inclination is that the Bears will show up and play a tight game against Utah, but the official pick is going to be Utah minus the points. All right, in two games that are going to be seen at 7:30. The first one on NBC, it's UCLA at 3 and 6 on the year, playing at top-ranked Ohio State. The Buckeyes are 9 and 0 on the year, and the Buckeyes are favored by 32.5. That's a big margin, but our winning way method says can go with Ohio State to continue not only its winning ways, but to continue covering. So we're going to go with Ohio State to cover that 32.5 at home against UCLA. All right, a game that can be seen on ABC at 7:30 Eastern. A lot of people consider this to be the game of the day. It's number 10 ranked Texas and number 5 ranked Georgia. The Longhorns are 7 and 2 on the year. The Bulldogs of Georgia are 8 and 1 on the year. And at home, the Bulldogs are favored in this game by 6.5 points. Our winning way method likes the Longhorns of Texas plus the points, and we'd like them more if you added a point on to make Texas plus 7, or even a full point, make them plus 7.5. All right, the final game on Saturday night that we're going to cover is 10:15 on ESPN. It's unranked TCU at 6 and 3 on the year, playing at number 12 ranked BYU. The Cougars are 8 and 1 on the year, and the Cougars are favored at home in this one by 3.5 points. A lot of smart money has been coming in on TCU to bring that down to 3.5 from 4.5 or 5.5 earlier in the week. But our winning way method says go with the Horned Frogs of TCU plus the points. They're catching 3.5. You might want to buy a half a point up to 4 or a full point up to 4.5. We're also going to talk about some teasers here in just a moment. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at those teasers right now. There's a 3-item 10-point teaser that I really like. It involves Texas, TCU, and Ohio State. So what we'll do is we'll take Texas from plus 6.5 at Georgia to plus 16.5. TCU from plus 3.5 at BYU up to plus 13.5 at BYU. And Ohio State favored by 32.5 at home against UCLA. Let's bring Ohio State down to minus 22.5 in this game against UCLA, all right? So there are the three items. Texas plus 16.5, TCU plus 13.5, Ohio State minus 22.5. And that's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of a minus 135 and minus 140 in most sports books. If you want a 2-item 7-point teaser, how about this? How about Ole Miss minus 4.5, and we can bring Utah down from minus 9.5 at Baylor to minus 2.5 at Baylor. Or if you go with me on my feeling on this one, maybe take Baylor up to plus 15.5. All right, well, that will do it for the winning wager part 3. Be sure to be with us Sunday for our 2-part podcast covering the NFL action. I'm Stan the Man saying thanks for being with us. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and be sure to be with us Sunday for the winning wager.